Why DIA?
Well, Doug, it's a good question. For clinical supplies management, for the last 2 years, we've focused mostly on drug supplies. And so we go to the drug supply meetings where clinical supplies are in focus. We need to get the message out there to a broader audience. The last 4 days, I heard 8,000 people, clinical people, descended upon DC to attend the DIA National Conference. I thought it was critical we get in front of that audience. And so I created a session looking at adaptive randomization, which is a critical piece, to clinical right now for them to reduce costs, timelines, et cetera, and did a session on adaptive randomization in clinical supplies. And so thinking about the audience, 8,000 people attending, I had to be here. And more importantly, I was fortunate enough to actually get a session on clinical supplies. So we presented, did a great job, and even to be able to go around to the vendors. I mean, there's thousands of vendors all looking for ways to look at reduce costs and savings.
Tell us a little about your focus at the show.
Sure, it's actually threefold. First and foremost, I had a presentation, I had a session, but that was actually a minor piece. There's a split between attending great sessions, coming to something like DAA, and you have hundreds of sessions that you can attend, whether it's in regulatory, in clinical, statistics, as a key piece of attending sessions and learning. But probably more importantly for me was actually coming to the vendors, to the vendors who come and display their wares. It's changing. The pharmaceutical industry is changing, and what I feel of is people coming, are looking for answers. It isn't we're just coming for their learning. They're coming to look for answers, and it isn't just at the sessions. They're coming to the vendors. And what I'm finding is even amongst the vendors, I spent half my time talking to other vendors, and even though we compete against one another, we're all trying to find solutions to the dilemma that's facing the pharmaceutical industry. And so there's a lot of camaraderie. I mean, there isn't always a lot of camaraderie, but for the most part, we know each other, and we sit down, we have coffee, we stop at the booth. How's it going? Great show, But it really then talks about what are the issues of today, and what are they doing, and what can we do about the industry. And I can't say the number of little side comments I had or side discussions I had about what can we do. And so I just love the fact that so many people are descending, and I think the mood is I want to learn, and I need information to address what's going on in the pharmaceutical industry.
Speak to some of your goals.
Sure. As CEO of CSM, really it's about me going out and marketing CSM and this on-demand concept we have. I mean, that's 80% of my time. But even more important, I think, than that, for our business, as a business sense, is to keep looking for better ways. I mean, the pharmaceutical industry right now is looking for better solutions. On-demand, we think, is one of those. But as I go back to my company and I talk about providing the solution of on-demand, I have to go back to the basic, and that is what are we in the business of for? And it's not to make money, It's to help patients. And so the practice that I'm doing, other vendors, it's like I think sometimes with the issue that's facing the pharmaceutical industry today, I think we're getting back to basics. I think more and more people are starting to say, let's get back to what we're in business for, and that is helping patients. And I think if you were to talk other individuals here, what are their goals for the future, even in the near term, they would start talking about job. But I think there's a general passion out there with the individuals here. And if you ask them, really get down to the root cause of why they're here, I think they'd all say it really is because they had a friend, or they had a mother, they had a relative who was ill, and they just wanted to help. And so we're all doing our part. So, of course, business, on demand, get the word out there, change the industry. But why? Because we're going to get drugs to patients faster and cheaper.
Great. Thank you very much.